Hey guys, this is your comprehensive look of the Daytime Emmys 2015, who got nominated and who got overlooked. This is Days of Our Lives specific. So to begin, let's do a recap of what happened last year at 2014 Daytime Emmy Awards. So The Young and the Restless took the big winner, the Outstanding Drama Award, which, we all kind of figured. And for Days of Our Lives, the winners were Chandler Massey in the Young Actors category, who earned his 3 consecutive Emmy win, even though he was at the time no longer on the show. And I'm sure a lot of you remember the old clip switcheroo where they showed a clip of the Wilson wedding, which featured Guy Wilson, the current Will, instead of Chandler Massey, the actual nominee. But nevertheless, he won, so congrats, Chandler. Also a winner for Days was Eric Martsolf, who plays Brady Black. He won for his portrayal of Brady during his post-Kristen drug addiction. Also, speaking of Kristen, Eileen Davidson took home her Emmy for lead actress for the same storyline, with the whole drugging the priest and going crazy in front of Marlena. And the other nominee who did not win was Ariane Zucker, who only lost because she was up in the same category as Eileen Davidson. Ariane did a scene as Nicole talking to Eric. She was crying because she was so hurt that Eric would think that she would rape him even though she loved him. Fast forwarding to this year. This year was great in terms of days. A whole lot happened, and we're still playing from last year in the spring. So around the time the Daytime Emmys aired last year to now. So let's look at who got nominated. The first category, obviously, Outstanding Daytime Drama Award. We have the big 4. We got Days, we got General Hospital, we got Young and the Restless, and we got The Bold and the Beautiful. Not really a surprise there. Moving on to Lead Actress. This is the big category we all care about. And da-da-da, Alison Sweeney, of course, is nominated for Lead Actress. Hello! Sammy Brady's Revenge was the #1 storyline in all of Daytime this year. And she even topped that performance of Sammy's Revenge with Sammy after the love of her life, EJ, was tragically killed. And oh my gosh, they had a reunion and then 2 seconds later, he died. That's gold for an actor. And Alison Sweeney pulled it off fantastically, even though she is no longer on the show. That's who I'm rooting for. Also in the same category is Peggy McKay as Caroline Brady. Unfortunately, the Daytime Emmy Awards sometimes confuse lead actress with old actress. Luke and Laura. I'm sorry. Peggy McKay is nominated in the lead actress category. She didn't really have that much stuff this year. The only thing I can think of that would be in her reel is her speech at Wilson's wedding, which did occur in this past year. Or Caroline talked to Sammy a lot when she was going through her revenge about maybe giving EJ a second chance because she related it to her own life when she cheated on Sean and how they ended up working it out. And so Caroline was responsible for the EJ reunion, so that deserves an Emmy nomination. In the lead actor category, in the pre-nominations, the only one who got cut was Daniel Cosgrove, who plays Aiden. He did a fantastic job, I think, of portraying a husband who was talking about his wife's suicide. We later learned that this is absolutely false, and he totally just made that up. But at these scenes in the park with Hope as he's describing, his wife dying, I mean, the emotion was all there. And unfortunately, he didn't make it to the nominations, so no actor from Days is represented in that category. Also, none of the supporting actors that were pre-nominated are in the final nominated category. So these were Blake Barris, who played Nick Fallon, and this was around the time that he was being shot. And so, he had some great scenes with harassing people in Salem and then finally dying. He got cut. Also, Eric Martsolf again got nominated for Brady Black. This would be around the time of Teresa and how they got married in Vegas and he was doing drugs all the time. And then how that whole incident with the poker happened. That's what he was nominated for, but didn't make the cut, sorry. And neither did the supporting actress in that category, who was Chrishell Stoss, who played Jordan Ridgway. She has since left Days, but her storyline might have been something to do with Clyde, because that was one of the more emotional scenes, and for my money, they did a very good job of not actually putting her in the final category of nominations, because, wow, she was a terrible actress. I mean, I get that she had interesting scenes with her stepfather and the whole rape and baby killing thing, but honestly, it was just kind of boring to watch. Back and forth, blah, blah, blah. You're trying to ruin my life. Just get off the screen already. So in the categories of supporting actor and actresses, Days of Our Lives is not represented. However, we get to the younger actor and actresses, and we got some people there. So in younger actress, we have Camilla Bannis, who plays Gabby Hernandez, who has since gotten into prison, and that was because of her ending storyline, which is probably the reel that she submitted for her nomination. So she killed Nick Fallon because he just kept harassing her and her family, and she wanted to do this for her daughter. In younger actor, it is Freddie Smith. So Freddie Smith has been nominated in the past few years for his role as Sonny Kyriakis on Days, but he has always lost to his on-screen partner Chandler Massey, and now that Chandler's no longer in the show, Freddie now has a chance to take this home. So some scenes that Freddie Smith could have submitted are something from the Wilson wedding, which was still included in this year, or something involving Nick's shooting, because Nick was definitely harassing Sonny, and Sonny went to Victor's and got a gun. Something to do with Will moving to LA and some trouble in their marriage there. I don't think anything having to do with Paul made the cut just because of time, but, Freddie still's got a lot of good stuff to work with. Unfortunately, for some younger actors and actresses, they did not make the cut, unlike Camilla and Freddie. In younger actress, you had Lauren Bowles, who plays Sierra, Hope's daughter. She was kind of dealing with her father not being around anymore and her mother now dating another man. But Sierra's very young, and they rarely give it to a child. Same goes for Connor Kalopsis, who played Chase Jennings. He was just kind of there, the opposite of Sierra, having his dad moving on from his mom and selling her place, getting together with Hope, that whole drama. Again, a little too young to be in this category. But older kids who were definitely pre-nominated were True O'Brien, who plays Paige, and her whole relationship with JJ, and the kind of Romeo and Juliet situation that was going on with her mom and JJ's mom. And Paige's character has not really done much other than being in that situation with JJ. I think her better scenes are going to be when she actually finds out about JJ's affair with her mother, and that's going to be actor gold, some great Emmy stuff that you can submit later. JJ was the other one in the younger actor category who was also pre-nominated. Casey Moss was nominated, probably for some of his storylines involving the same things. The most recent storyline he's been into is sleeping with her mother Eve, and so he probably submitted some reels about dealing with that. His best, though, have been recently, and so I guess that's one of the reasons that he didn't make the final cut, is because by the time he needed to submit an Emmy reel, it was, just kind of getting the beginning of that storyline. I could just take a minute to mention EJ. James Scott is a phenomenal actor, and he has, been doing this show for like 8 years. He exaggerates his natural British accent and becomes a DiMera in every sense of the word, and makes you cry, he makes you laugh, he makes you scared, and he has never been nominated for lead actor, which he should have been, especially in this past storyline where he cheated on his wife, lost his company, felt terrible about it, struggled, begged her to take him back, finally got her back, and then tragically died. I'm sorry, James Scott. You get an honorary nomination, and hell, an honorary win. You are great. So, final tally. We got Days of Our Lives for Outstanding Drama. You got Ally Sweeney and Peggy McKay for Lead Actress. You got Freddie Smith for Younger Actor. And you got Camilla Bannis for Younger Actress. Congratulate these people. Root for them at the Daytime Emmys, which is going to be back on television on April 26th, which is a Sunday. And it's going to be on Pop TV, whatever channel that is. I think for Verizon it's like $194 and then HD is $694. In any case, those are the nominees. Go Days!